What is up, guys? I'm back for another video. This is going to be a very unorganized video. And I also have this that we will be reviewing tomorrow, I hope. Alright, so anyway, we're going to go back to this. So yeah, I hope we review that tomorrow, but it might be a busy day. I haven't actually posted in a while, just because all this school crap and all that crap. But anyway, we're going to be doing actually a very well wanted for me test. So here we got my sister's iPad. One of her class people texted. I'm not going to go into that in any detail because I don't care. So anyway, oh god, I got to try to figure this out. This is going to be the most ridiculous, just awkwardness. Maybe if I just put the phone down there. Nah, it's just okay. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Because I have two iPads here. Okay, so here we got the iPad 7th generation. We got the same cases on each, so I'm gonna pop them out of the cases. Just remember that this is the 7th gen. On the floor is the 7th generation. We're gonna put the 8th generation case. This is for my review later. We're gonna put the 8th generation case on my bed. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so here's both iPads. They both went to the power off screen. So there's those. Okay, we're gonna cancel those. They all lock. Let's do a quick unlock. Okay. Okay. That one was in TikTok. Alright, now, this isn't going to really be a speed test video just because of the fact that my 8th generation right here does not have nearly as much as my sister's 7th gen. That's because this iPad, the 7th gen, has been around a lot longer than my 8th gen. I just got that for Christmas. So, that's that. And this is the 7th gen. It's still in great condition. The only actual damaging notice was on the charging port. Other than that, it's scrumptious, honestly. It's brand new looking. My sister is doing something with my iPad 5. She prefers to use that over her old 7 for extra stuff. She has an 8 now, just like I do. I just don't understand her sometimes, but you gotta leave people to people, I guess. But that's what you gotta do. So, here's my 8th gen, though. It looks great. It's no damage done. But first of all, I want to get into what my sister's 7th generation has just for this test of... I'm not going to really define this as a speed test, just a quick little video I want to make here about these iPads. But this is an iPad 7th generation with 32 gigabytes, 5 available. And, sorry, the setup in this video is going to be really bad. And I know you guys are going to say, oh, it's not an accurate speed test, it's not an accurate this. It doesn't really matter. If there's a huge difference, we still got 5 gigabytes available versus on here we have 41 and 128 gigabytes. The only reason it is 41 on mine is because I was doing a bunch of screen recordings recently. Other than that, we're going to get into this test of powering off these devices and back on. Now, this is going to be an accurate test because there's going to be a huge difference between the two. Watch this. There's going to be a huge difference. So the 8th generation flashes on boot up. And my AirPod just disconnected. Okay. The 8th generation... the 8th is already off. The 7 just... Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Pressing both buttons. And I press them at the same time. Sometimes they turn on faster than each other. The 7 actually turned on faster than the 8. But the 8 dims. The 7 doesn't. I don't know what that is. So let's see how much of a difference we got here. The 8 is on. And this won't cause my data, guys. Data might cause maybe like a 2-second change. That was about 5 seconds. This has a A12 and the 7th gen has a A10. Now, the A10 has a lot of issues. And even Apple themselves, not themselves, but developers Have pointed this out about the A10 chip. It's more prone to boot loops and all this. Let me tell you, this thing right here, I about want to throw it out the window. I have had to fix probably 12 boot loops on this iPad. She's went through several data losses and all. And we started backing up to iCloud. I definitely do recommend you do that. It's a very important thing to do these days. So anyway, let's just take a look at the hardware on these. So first we got the 7th gen. Everything here looks great. It's a space gray one. It's dirty. This is my sister's old one. And she's plugged some stuff into there. She didn't really dent that. Other than that, the sides look great. Charging port has a little bit of like scratch marks on it. You'll get that though, just daily use. Other than that, it's great. She ain't gonna touch it. She hasn't touched it. So what I do is I don't touch anything on it, but I do use it to record and stuff. Because why not? It's an extra iPad that someone else ain't gonna use. But the front screen, I did not clean my devices before filming. I'm sorry if I should have done that. But there's a lot of fingerprints on here. Other than that, we don't got any cracks. There might be a couple hairline scratches, for God's sakes. I mean, that's going to happen, right? But other than that, hardware on this thing looks pretty good. The home button clicks. Great. I'm pointing that out because my 5th generation, his home button is a little stuck. So let's do my 8th generation now. I do not want to scratch it up in this process. If you guys don't know, aluminum is very easily dentable and scratchable, so you can rub the color off by sliding it off your desk. That's why I recommend maybe using a case if possible. I know a lot of people like to use their iPads, not only phones, but iPads especially, without a case. This is because the iPad's at home, usually. I take my iPad everywhere now because I got a new one. My sister's, she don't even use her phone. So cases are a very good option for iPads as well, if you didn't know that already. But on mine, I obviously got it like 3 weeks ago. Great condition. Not another charging port yet. It will happen. Great condition. So both these iPads are running 15.3, and I actually updated my sister's 7th gen because it was storage full, so I just said screw it. Just gotta do it with the data. I'm updating with my computer. It worked great. I just went on ipsw.me. Downloaded the firmware, went to 3U tools, and restored. It was a very simple, straightforward process. It was no harm. Nothing happened with the device. It was a great process. So I'm going to do a quick browsing test on both these. And this is also with the internet connection. It'll vary greatly, actually. So I'm not going to put both side by side because 2 iPads is not my setup. I don't have a high enough tripod. Okay, so anyway, we're going to go apple.com. Ready? Okay, go. Perfect timing. And, oh, shoot, guys, I didn't think that was Apple, but it's Martin Luther King. So we're going to redo that. I didn't realize. Sorry, guys. I was like, that opens some random website? And yeah, happy Martin Luther King Day, if that's what you say. I don't know. But whatever, happy that day. Because that's what it is today. So we're going to try that again. Ready? 3, 2. I'm going to hold my hand right here, and I'm going to just go next. At exactly 1 minute and 56, we loaded Apple. So let's see what the 7th generation does. Flip. Okay, so Safari. We're going to close all the tabs. Oh my god, there's a lot of tabs on this one. I like to keep my stuff fairly clean. She doesn't at all. So I have to do it usually. But we're going to do the same one here. Apple.com. It's already preloaded. Go. Wow, that showed 2 seconds, 0.73. Estimate. It was 2 seconds for sure. So there's a difference there, I could tell. So we're going to clear these tabs. We're going to go to something more like, let's go to TikTok.com because I feel like there's going to be a lot of loading data here. So here's the 8th gen. It's hard to tell without actually looking. So here's the 8th gen. We're going to put these side by side. We're going to go to TikTok.com. It's already preloaded. Go. That thing loaded it like it loaded it in 1.03 seconds. Now we're gonna try the 7. I thought that would take a lot longer. Both of them loaded great. Both in about a second here. Just amazing. Speeds there. Let's try something like YouTube.com maybe, right? Let's try it. It's hard to keep an eye on what one to look at though, kinda. I think you want to look at the timer or the phone. Okay, ready? Go. 1.98 for the iPad 8th generation. And for the 7, I love internet speed test, guys. It's honestly a very good test. I mean, it's not going to be fully accurate. It gives you an idea. 1.98, I think I said. You guys can see in the comments, though. Or in the video. So, we're going to go to YouTube.com and go. Holy crap, 2 or 4 seconds on the 7. If you guys are wondering there's an issue here, there's not. It's just simply a different color, and that doesn't really take anything to load. It's just a simply dark mode instead of light mode. It doesn't take an extra 4 seconds to load. Like, if I get any comments saying that's the case, it's not. It's an internet speed test. It simply loads the site, and changes take place after. So, yeah. I guess we'll load one of the presets. Some presets. We're going to do it this way. Google Maps. Clearly the 8th gen. This is crazy. I didn't think it'd be this much of a difference. Clearly the 8. We're going to do eBay. Wait. Yep. This was still loading on the bar. Oh, sorry. That's not... I couldn't... That's... You guys might think I'm lying there. I'll show you this time. I don't think you can see this bar. It was loading still. Let's go to a different... Let's go to Amazon. Watch these bars. Of course. Okay. Okay, let's do this again, okay? Amazon. Bro, this iPad 7th generation is going out the window one day. Okay, ready? And the 8th gen already is done. The 7th gen did load that quick, though. So let's do Google Maps again. I noticed that took a really long time on the 7. So you can see the probably difference. I don't think the 7 likes to be clicked. Ready? Again. Google Maps. I give up on this test, guys. You can't get scientific. It's different. It's the internet connection. We'll leave that to you. Simple stuff like loading the App Store. How about that? Okay, the 8th gen loaded it fully. And there the 7th went. And guys, these phones are all logged, or these iPads are all logged into the same Apple ID. I have all my devices logged into the same Apple ID there. See all those? So yeah, every single one, my sister's including, except my parents. They're obviously on different accounts. Okay, but really, there's not much to test here, guys. It's just simple stuff. The cameras are identical. If I take a picture of the phone here, focus it. iPads do not focus great. I'm going to focus the camera. What is it? Okay, so we took the picture of the 8th gen. Oh, God. Okay, and take. Okay, that took blurry. God, you gotta... These iPads, guys, are not for cameras. Just keep that in mind, please. Thank you. So it looks like the lighting and the actual quality, especially that lighting, is better on the 8. So there's a 7, there's the 8. There was no extra light, guys. I think the 8th generation just takes better light photos. That's all that's been changed on those, though. But what can you do on the 8 you can't on the 7? Nothing, if you want to be honest. Something you can. Okay, sorry. If you turn off Wi-Fi, turn on airplane mode. You cannot do the offline Siri, and it just tells you Siri not available. Well, on the 8th generation, you can do this. Hey Siri, what's the time? Okay, to do that, you need to be connected to the network. I guess just can't read the system settings. But we are on airplane mode with no internet stuff. Open settings. It opens settings. That's called offline Siri. If you don't believe me, look it up on Google. I don't want to waste my time for the people who don't believe it. I think the A12 and up can do that feature. There could be probably a new weather app on here if it was to be, though Apple does not have a weather app on the iPad or the Mac. They only have it on the Apple Watch, phone. When I was on a Mac in Costco, yes, I clicked the weather widget and it opened Safari, so I believe that means that there's no weather app. But the Apple Watch, for when I do this review tomorrow, does actually have a weather app. So where is it here? There is a weather app, guys, right here, and it's pretty cool. But I downloaded a bunch of apps on this, just because why not, like. But yeah, it does have a weather app. I don't think the Mac or iPad do. Yeah, so that's crazy. Honestly, what else can they not do? I haven't looked up this stuff. I know it doesn't have shutdown offline finding. No iPads do, I believe. Like on the phone where it says iPhone remains findable after power off. Apple, please, I think you should turn that off. Because if they do that, would they just be able to track the phone again? I don't know. Maybe they obviously probably have some built-in thing. But other than that, there's not really much else you can do. They're both great devices. They have a better chip, and you can see they're a little faster. I wouldn't say if you have a 7, you're going to go upgrade to an 8. No, I'd upgrade to the 9, matter of fact. Because the 9 has that new FaceTime camera. This doesn't have. This is obviously, oh my god. This is, like, the perfect iPad for me, though. Like, I wouldn't want the Pro. It's like, that's for other people. This is, like, honestly, this iPad 8 is a great device. It's got your home button. And I got a phone without a home button, and I like it. But for my iPad, I kind of like a home button. Don't get me wrong with that. I'm sure a lot of people think I'm literally insane, but I do. And just like the old design, actually, I do like it. So I do like that they're doing that still. I think they should bring Touch ID back on the newer phones. But I guess we could do a speed test. We're going to have to download both apps. So let's do it at the same time. Actually, guys, we're not going to do that. Because if you guys know, doing two things on network at the same time. Well, I mean, my parents are doing the TV and stuff. But let's just keep it simple, okay? So we're going to go into clock here. And if you do two at the same time, it's gonna slow one. One of them's going to take the other over. And I know it won't just equal it out. One of them's going to take it over. I'll show you that in a second. Okay. So we're going to go 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Go. Okay. We have started on the 8th generation, and you guys are going to have to keep this time specific here for when it stops. Okay. Okay. 10, I think it was like 10 point something. 10 seconds. And we have speed test. So let's do that on the 7 now. Come on. Oh, okay, are you kidding me? This thing. Oh, I gotta turn off airplane mode, that's why. Alright, speed. Okay, right here. Alright, here we go. Ready? Okay. Last one was 10 point something. Okay. Okay, I don't think we clicked it. Let's try this again. Okay, pretty much equal there. Okay, we got the... Oh! No way. Oh, 8! This one beat it. See, so that's the thing with network. You can't really do internet tests. They don't work. It just depends on what network the device is getting at the time. But I mean, if you obviously compare that to an iPhone 4, you know you're going to get it faster. But the 7 and the 8 are not too much different, so... I'm going to do that on my 5th gen I guess I should do a 5th gen versus 8th gen. I guess that'll be one. That'll be one too, actually. God's sakes, I'm getting ideas here. I could do many things. I could do 5th gen versus 8th gen, 5th gen versus 7th gen. Holy. But anyway, let's just get on with this. Now, first, I want to show you what'll happen if you do 2 at the same time. Never do this, and this is out to tech people if they do. I don't know why you would, but don't do it. Watch what'll happen here. One of them's going to take over the other. See, this one's got 54. Oh my god. Oh yeah, this one's got 60. That one's got 53. This is not much of a drastic change, though. Oh yeah, 70. See, you do not want to do this. It bogs both down, actually, and it's giving you an inaccurate test. But my newer iPad 8th generation is getting so much of a lower score. And I will prove this to you guys, actually, again. So we're going to close out of both of these now. So, close. And what will happen here is it's going to do the same thing. And it might actually pick another device. But watch, I'm going to do this one more time. 2 at the same time, ready? Now watch. It's going to choose one device to pick. They look the same now. No, they're not. This one's 50, that one's 61. So this time, the 7 is slower. And it's just, this one must have caught the signal first. Trust me, guys, I figured this out in California, and I went mental about it. I went doing this crap every single day. I probably had 2,000 speed tests in here figuring this out. I know what this is doing. Okay? So you can see we're about, the last one we were 50 off. This one we're a simple about 11. But, watch. We're going to do them individually now. So we're just going to do the 8 alone itself. And we're getting a much higher score. Look at that score. We didn't get that on either of these devices because this one was taking over that network. Don't even try and comment, oh, that's not right. No, it is. It's correct. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you thought a different way. You can look it up. Okay, so we have actually got that test done. We are going to do this one now. So let's do it. This is the 7th gen. Look at the scores we're getting. This is why I've seen people do both at the same time and have low scores and off scores. They're like, oh my god, why is this doing this? If you guys are seeing this video, I want to tell you right now, this is what you do. This is what you do. We have the same score now. Nearly. Exactly, actually. Exactly. The ping is the same. Just that it's obviously not the same test because it's obviously different there. The jitter. And the loss. But they're almost identical. And again, we're going to do this test. So we're going to do the 2 at the same time. Okay, let's see. Watch how ruined the results will be. Okay, we're even now. But look how much lower. Even if you're even on the score, you're going to get a lower one. 55, and we're already, and right as this one stops, we get a higher on here. Now I'm going to show you something else. We're going to actually, this is going to be where the change happens. We're going to start the speed test here. We're going to wait for it to load, and we're going to start it here. Now watch what happens here. It's not even starting. Ping is insanely high. Ping is just crazy. Watch, right as this one ends, it's going to... Okay, so we got high. See, it ended, and now it's going. So did you see how high that ping was versus what it will be when we start? Watch. Watch how fast. Watch the ping. 22. And it was what? When you let this one go. Let it start. That's 22 ping again. And let's see what this ping is. After that one started. 391, 428. The second I click X, it just starts right up. So that's, I hope you guys understand that now. That's probably the most scientific test anyone has ever given on that. I mean, we got 7 billion people in this world. Probably only about 1 billion of them focus on tech. I don't know. But I'm just saying that's a pretty scientific test right there. Not really, but okay. That's about probably it, honestly. Let's load the weather on each. Oh, you can't see that bar? The 8th gen had it loaded up first, but the bar is staying longer than the 7. Okay. Probably about it, guys. I don't have much to test. Just want to say, honestly, in the final conclusion of this video, what do you want? Honestly, you want, if you say, hey, I can get either. You get the 8th generation. The A10 chip runs into issues, and it does. I even know. But you get everything right. So this is still great. If you have it, don't worry. Keep your storage full, I say. I've had screaming people, or someone screaming because they lost their data. Luckily, it was recoverable. Yeah, keep storage on this device, especially with the A10 chip. The A12 is yet unexplainable for me in boot loops, though I know it will and can happen. I don't know if it will be as likely, but I guarantee it'll happen once in my life. I'll probably have this iPad for 10 years. We'll see how that goes. It'll probably be supported for 10 years, to be honest. Well, not 10 years. What am I? Probably be supported for like 4, 5, because the 6S is still being supported today. But whatever. This is going to be a great device. Your 8 or your 7. Your 7 will get continued off shorter than this, but only by a year. And they might not even. The thing is, they might not even. Is the thing. We might have these ones get left off on iOS 21. iOS 22. Both of these. Honestly, there's nothing denying that fact. There ain't nothing denying that. But yes, there is seriously nothing. Apple supports devices forever. They have the Apple Watch Series 3 still supported today and selling it today. This is crazy, guys. It's crazy how they're selling these things still and how it's still supported. But they definitely do care about people. Guys, the 6, the iPhone. Oh, God's sake. This bad boy is still being supported. Well, it might actually be done now. Finally. But it was getting security updates. It could still get, if they figure something out. But we are on 12.5.5, and I don't know when the last time I updated this was. I think it was like, great thing I could show you guys. I recommend, if you need to see when an update came out for your iPhone or iPad, go to ipsw.me. Do it. It's honestly a great website. Let me show you. So you go to ipsw.me, you go to iPhone. You go to, where do you go? Okay, so I want to look at the iPhone 6. iPhone 6, right here. Okay, so we loaded this. 23rd of September. 3 gigs? Oh, that's just because you get to download it with iTunes. Okay, I was freaking out right there. I was like, what? Okay, but yeah, you got 23rd September 2021, and iOS 12.5.5. So iOS 12.5.4 was 14th of June. So there's a big difference there. It is definitely being quit. I don't see it going past 12.5.5. But it has been supported since the September of 2021. And here it finally is. But still not great software, iOS 12. So people who have this, it's time to upgrade, honestly, anymore. In June I was saying you're fine. But now you're starting to get a lot of old apps. It's starting to say, hey, you gotta downgrade. It's time to upgrade your phone. At least to a 6S, because you'll be on, God's sakes, at least to a 6S. Because you'll be on iOS 14, or iOS 15, for God's sake. So, yeah, I'd upgrade to a 6S if you can't go anything further. It's honestly a great opinion. I mean, it's still an older phone, but you still got the newest software. You'll be able to download apps, do all that stuff. And they'll probably support that phone for another year, on 2 years. For God's sake, 2 years on security updates. I'm just, it's crazy how they support. Android phones, you don't get a year out of them. You're going 6 years later, just same phone. But it's crazy, guys. That's probably about it. My voice is getting tired, as you could probably hear. So yeah, guys, they're both great. if I was comparing between the 5th gen and the 8th gen, or the 5th gen and the 7th gen, I'd probably say if you can upgrade. But if you got the 7, you're sitting here watching on the 7 or watching anything on the 7, you got the 7. It's fine. It's a great device. It'll get you through. It's an iPad. It games. Let me tell you, there's a couple stutters, but it goes. And trust me, guys, again, my sister, like, rages. I've never had her rage at this iPad. And she has it my 5th gen. She's almost broken it before because of it. But this iPad has never been an issue. The storage has, though, and that's, talk about someone who uses up 128 gigabytes in a week. Yes, that happened. So I would say if you're going to be a screen recorder, heavy recorder on this, I hope I'm not talking about the camera, because you do not record video with that camera. I tell you not. But if you're going to be a screen recorder, like, my God, I wake up and my sister has about an hour, 2 hours screen recording. I'm saying her a lot in this video just because it's a great time to, that person who screen records everything they see, screenshots everything they see, has 2,000 photos in a day. Yeah. So if you're going to be like that person, get 128 gigabytes on it. I think you can I think you can on here, 32 and 128. They don't have 64. But it's worth the extra if you can get it, because 32 gigabytes, it's storage. Again, if you're just going to be that person who watches YouTube, gets their stuff done, get the 32. But if you're going to be that type of person that records, etc., does all that, you don't want to get that 128. Because even with the 128, you can use it really fast with that screen recording. I'm already down 41. You can also go to your settings in your iPad storage. See how much storage you're using up and what you're using. So 41 gigabytes. This one's 10 gigabytes. This was me driving my my phone on a remote-controlled car. So, and it was 49 minutes long, used up 10 gigabytes. I still got 40 left. I'd say it's pretty great. The Wi-Fi is also great, and that's about it for today's video, guys. So I should be making a review on this maybe tomorrow, maybe on the weekend, probably, because weekends are always better, right? I gotta let this thing, oh my God, it's only at 54%. Shoot. We'll let that sit. But I will see you guys probably either tomorrow or the weekend. So, yeah, either of these great devices. Peace.